Host as always, Nicholas Scottahawk or Taco Skill, depending where you found me, and I know it's been a while, but we're back. And I'm sick, so that's fine. That's fun. Alone at the moment, Kima might join, not sure, who knows.
I've seen mountains like this before. Ones with the snow on top of them. You have?
These are the Ahib Mountains. They should extend all the way to the northern border of Trekkur.
So,
Let's traverse the tops of them to get there.
thing to note, I will be drinking basically throughout this entire stream. That way I can actually do this entire stream.
Crossing over from Rasulia will be even more difficult, right?
With you here, Victor, we should be able to find the trail without any issues.
She makes it sound like he's a dog.
Never had any occasion to go to Trekkur before.
I guess it's out of the question.
I know what route.
How would you know that?
By using my own form of signaturgy?
Signaturgy? Preposterous. There can't be any signaturgy that allows one to discover unknown routes because he meant it as a figure of speech. I apologize for any misconceptions he caused by using it.
He's a dingus.
Just who are the two of you anyway?
Wizards.
First, you had the same weapon as the enemy. And now you make this outrageous statement?
Come to think of it, they just appeared out of the blue.
And why did you try to give Relia to the enemy against our wishes?
If you're so knowledgeable about signets, Anne, how come no one at the Institute knows you?
And we could go on.
Everyone, please, take a step back. Emerson,
Right now, we're trapped in the middle of Alaska.
you guys are definitely harboring some secrets. You feel that you can't share them with us. There's no doubting that. However, you put your life on the line to fight for us. And you saved Relia more than once. Furthermore, you broke some law in order to help us, even though Anne tried to stop you at first.
So you overheard this.
Because she's smart. You?
You decided that protecting Relia was even more important. I have a hunch you'll do it again from now
It's almost like that kid can
It's almost as if
manipulate the world.
on. I made my decision and I believe in it. Alright everyone, crossing the mountains into Trekkur.
Alright, now I actually get to move. Alright, so quick thing to note. Skills are the same, but specialties, obviously, not so the same. And roles are not so the same. Because, as I mentioned with Borderlands and Disgaea, I had to redo a lot of this. And I didn't remember what I did and didn't do. So I just got back to this point. I'm chilled. Luckily, the point of the matter is the plot, so we'll be doing a bunch of random, like, extra side stuff just here and there and everywhere. We won't be really focused on anything in particular. Hello, doggo. Did you really just do all of that movement just to face away from the TV? You are great.
far as I can accompany you. Here, I must head back to Rasulia.
But we...
If Salter
Must
were
you?
attacked, I would want to return as well. What would you do if it were Stahl?
To be fair, Stahl has already been attacked. Like, several times.
For coming with us as far as you did.
Thank you, Mr. Soldier.
I said rather harsh things to you back there, but
Don't sweat it. Water under the bridge.
I trust that you will keep everyone else safe.
Of course I will.
Bye-bye, Mr. Soldier.
And there goes Mr. Soldier. Alright, so, thing is, they're shinies, and we are greedies. We have to go to Trekkur, but first, here's a human. Doesn't seem to... Sells new weapons for those two idiots. That's new. That might be new. Also, as you can see, we have an absolute shit ton of money. And if anyone's wondering why, this one plus this one. So instead of gaining experience, we're gaining more money in SP. Now let me map real fast. Okay, yeah. So down will take us back. Up will take us where we actually want to go. But we do want to explore. Oh, hey, little dog. Cat. Whatever. Yeah, the more I talk, the more I realize there's going to be a lot of random noises and disgusting sounds throughout this stream. Unless Kiba joins, in which case I'll be able to mitigate the disgusting. Except for that. Can't mitigate that. Much as I'd like to. Can't mitigate that. Their slash is pretty nice. Hey, one of Emerson's skills got boosted. We unlocked a new role as well. What the hell was it? It was Master Tactician. Enhance all allies' judgment. Greatly enhance own judgment. Good for magic. That's pretty good. That'd be good on Magic Broad.
Not that way, doofus.
Really? Can you call me a doofus? That's just rude. That is just rude, plain and simple. Moonlight Signants, which teaches you Radiant Lancer. Teach you Shadow Needles eventually, I'm sure. Oh, it's not ominous at all.
So, it's about time you showed up.
Buddy,
I'd be much more excited.
stop licking your paws.
I don't think I need to tell you why I'm here.
I will rub your teeth.
I'm not giving you really do I have to explain to you idiots again that it's pointless to resist?
Half look at the potty mouth is making another empty threat.
You wasted Federation space. You'll pay for that remark.
Boop boop.
Force me. Wipe these filthy chips out.
Can't, fam.
Hey, what's going on up there, Vorsney? Vorsney!
Fortunately here, 3 Federation ships have entered this sector. They have their shields enabled and are preparing to engage. We cannot offer any support at the moment.
Ah, you're alone.
I have bad news, sir. We've detected signals emanating from the enemy starship.
Impossible!
Ha ha.
You damn cheat!
Ah, the turns have tabled.
Call first? Oh, that's right.
You unbearable little... Ophelia belongs to us. Give her up!
No, you. Jesus Christ. Alright, when in doubt. Fork laser. Yeah. Angelic BS go. It is a little awkward that it takes up the entire thing now. God, they're about to kill the thing that they've come for.
How is this even possible? Unfreaking believable!
God, his hair is crazy.
Run, Aurelia! Mickey, look out!
Die, you
Ah, gunshot wounds. Nuclear toddler, go.
She has other powers too? That's freaking marvelous!
Okay, buddy, if you don't stop, you're gonna be getting a licking. You're gonna get a licking if you don't stop, Co. You're making a mess. Ow, gunshot wounds. And Miki is effectively dead, which is, you know, a little bit of a problem, honestly. Alright, let's res you. Kill Mr. Squish. And laser sword again. I've obviously learned a little something here with this alt system, so, you know, we're going to abuse it. And we got so much money for that. Guys, they shot the waifu. They even ended her waifu. Okay, you with the pause. You with the pause.
There's damage to his viscera too, I think.
You doing a lot of licking?
Wait a second. That had breached the U.
Boss, Miki's hurt. Yin's attack has her in critical condition. She's got the There's more. Hypotension has set in as well.
She's dying.
Only one who can heal the harm. There's no such equipment or cadre that'll allow her to come back.
Ah, bullshit.
At all? It's just until she dies.
There is a way to save her. I'm sure of it. We just need our techie space magic.
Yin's breaking the UP3. Article 1 to start, I would assume.
Emerson to the Charles D. Gold. Do you read?
Yes, sir. What's the issue?
I need you to send the 9 of us to your location now.
At 9, sir. That many?
Wait a second. That had breached the...
Unique situation. Do it.
Aye, aye, sir.
Bullshit has occurred. We're gonna revive someone who, by the way, got shot by a laser. Frickin' laser beams in their frickin' hands. It's like Signaturgy, except for... not at all. However, there's that wonderful little phrase. Magic is just science we don't understand yet. We have questions for you, not so magic man. Also, floaty chest.
Please come right away.
I'd love to. However, I'd also love to buy things, which I am not allowed to do. Welcome.
Deck 12.
I sound about as good as I feel, which probably not that great. But hey, who knows? Maybe to someone somewhere I sound magical.
I'll take it from here. We're counting on you.
Fiore, can you maybe not phase through our sleeping autism? I mean beauty. I mean autism. Can you maybe not phase through the dying broad?
She's undergoing treatment now.
We're from a planet where the best technology we have is sword. Anything else is considered magic, and you're saying this off of
She'll be
Well, you know, but we're all like, yeah, that's cool. That looks like science. That looks like magic.
And to the bridge. Miki's condition has now
But y'all mother fluffers just keep telling me that it's normal.
Now you can invite everyone else over.
understood. And
Great, why was that?
You can call me Captain. But Emerson's not happy.
how could I make such a mistake? I'm terribly sorry.
I'll be up here.
Weird.
I'll take you there.
Swearing loudly, proudly. Sounded like there was some pain behind it, but I can't be sure. Is there anything to borrow on this ship? I genuinely can't remember. Well, maybe not in here. Dog, can you maybe calm down with paw licking, please? Dog. Dog, dog, dog. Dog, dog, dog.
Well then, so where should we start? We'll answer anything we are allowed to.
Which isn't much.
I'll go first. What is this place? It's rather difficult to explain, but we often refer to it as ship. A ship. I knew there were such advanced civilizations outside the Bastilian continent. You're not from Hadamar then, are you? No, we're not. How do I put this? We come from a place that none of you've ever heard of.
Well, that's accurate.
Discoveries truly do await us around every corner. Maybe he was right when he told me that fieldwork is at the utmost limit.
What are you doing, Coda?
This is moving as we speak. Indeed. Your civilization is so much more advanced than ours in Santorum. I'm kind of shocked, but I have to say it's also an honor to be the only one at the Institute to experience this.
You ever realize that in this particular situation,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our humble Charles.
or at least I realize now that in this particular situation,
Is this a map?
Smart, stylish, and talented. You are a triple threat.
explaining even vaguely how this crap works to Fiore is probably going to boost our the planet's
Where little Miss Starlight came from.
advancements in technology like hella fast.
Agents are visible. I'd say it's most probable that she's from this group.
There's no
Oh, hey, bub.
magnetic response from anywhere in it.
Very well be
I suppose. If that's true, then we've no choice but to investigate it ourselves.
Paws on the ground, fam.
You can trust that our medical technology will safely revive her.
Alright, I will.
Again, kind of just gonna be taking that with a grain of salt.
And leads to the transport.
Yes, sir.
And we're off. Off to the races, up. Off to the cutscenes.
Transporter on deck 2.
You've gotten better at making the right decision, I see.
You call violating the UP3 the right decision?
Sometimes the rules are worth breaking.
I still don't fully comprehend. But somehow, I knew that was the only choice I could make.
Your understanding of it needn't be complete. As long as you know that it's
Meow. I'm glad I can at least mostly read this while it's doing its thing. Because I cannot listen while I'm also being disgusting. A disgusting human.
Hey, this is the room we started out in. Everyone, please step onto this platform.
What if I don't want to? What if I want to go shopping first?
Yes, sir.
I also beg the question of, with how that is, it looks like it can handle, like with how we teleport on it when we're leaving, one person per circle. How the hell did they teleport 9 of us up to that bitch?
We're in...
Trey Cure.
The place we saw on that map of yours earlier?
Looks like Drake heard of me.
The coordinates match. this is indeed the same place as on the map. But the
Your
real issue here
cell phone
whether
is
or not it
weird.
has any relation to Relia.
Let's hope it does for our sake as well as hers. I don't want to inspect every grain of sand in this desert only to come up empty-handed.
So, what are we looking for?
It's difficult to explain, but please inform us if anything about this vicinity seems off to you.
Well, we'll do what we can.
Which isn't much considering that, you know, the only person that's been here before is... Actually, I genuinely don't think anyone's been here before. Communicator. Using the communicator enables you to return to the ship from there. You can instantly travel to numerous locations via the ship in order to view private actions or complete unfinished quests. There are certain times, however, during which you cannot use the teleporter, such as during battle, cutscenes, or when the signal is being jammed because you're in a cave or something. But for now, things, junk, excitement, stuff. Anti-fog amulet, okay. I've got a pretty good idea of where we're going. I don't know who's doing that, but it looks really cool. No, sorry about that. Yeah. Welcome to the sounds of my inner world right now. They're all disgusting. Blowing my nose, coughing in a way that sounds like I've been smoking for 30 fucking years.
Seems off. For example, if you can touch something where it looks like there's nothing. So, think of it like an invisible wall? Exactly. I'm not sure I know what I'm looking for, but I'll do my best.
Ooh, vanilla. Fire gem. Oh, magical fuck me light. I really should boost some of those more, but that just seems really useful. Fiore rolls. Really feel like I should give her that. Invoker. Boost that more. Alright, Plant Slayer for Beast Slayer. XE. Everything's coming up at all. Hello, Mr. Bird. Have you heard the word? You are the word. Now die. Ah, right. Fog. Okay, so fog is a weird status effect because it makes it so that you actually have to... If you're gonna try to connect your shots, you have to do it manually, which isn't bad, because, like... There are worse things, but it's definitely a little uncomfortable. Box. Restorative signets. I don't remember how many of these big circly areas there are, so... There's gonna be a lot of guessing and hoping. However, real quick, skills, learn, red run, and crescent lotus. There we go. They've both learned a new skill. Wouldn't it be nice if Kiba joined up with them? I could give my voice some sort of break. Unfortunately, that's just not the world we live in. I think I have to go to the bottom left. And by think, I mean I'm...
Seems off.
Like if something would have impeded your physical progress, even though nothing appears to be in your way.
Yeah, I still don't get it.
Same, champ. Same.
I don't think that's where we're headed.
Oh. Okay, so that means it's over here. And crabs. Lots of crabs. Let's kill the crabs. They were a little crabby about this whole desert thing. Okay. Well, something tells me it's not in this particular place. Or I just somehow have not found it yet. Both possible. More disgusting scottahawk noises. Oh, on another note, I watched Joker today, and the last role I seen Jacqueline Phoenix in that I can recall was in Walk the Line, where he played Johnny Cash. So seeing Johnny Cash as a sociopathic clown, a little weird. Makes sense, a little weird. Apparently my controller is dying. Unfortunate.
Enemy elimination successful.
Wonder if it's in that little zone. It might be. And
Hey, Ann!
this looks door as fuck.
There's no doubting that this is it.
You're the best for
It shouldn't take long.
Do 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 do.
It looks like the facility itself is buried underground. And this is the entrance to the place.
Science, because magic can't do everything at once. Oh no, small child. Small child, why are you escaping?
Relia, you can't do that. You're gonna make us worry if you go off on your own.
I was here.
Fidelis dad ass.
Used to live here.
Jack.
Okay, one of the rooms in this facility should be hers. I can't help but think this resembles the Institute.
You're not necessarily wrong.
Could it be what? No.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Polyhedron.
That was it. Adele,
Ooh,
let me help.
potential things. Or lonely dead ends. Seems flawed to have a dead end right there, though. What dead ends all about. I agree, smallish kid. No one does like getting hurt, except for all of the masochists. Fusion device. Yeah, mom. Rivets. Riveting. I don't think I can give Fiora healing magic. Ow.
Enemy elimination successful.
It's kind of going all into the military thing now. Can I give Fiora healing magic at all? Yeah, I have 3. I can give you at least 1. However, this is teaching me that I can make tech, which is neat. I think I have to use alchemy to do it, but still cool. Jeez. Okay, thing's dead. Millions dead. What clothes, Fiora? You're basically not wearing any. Ooh, that seems good. Healing mojo obtained. Oh, cool.
What craftsmanship?
Cool. I make anything in here? No? No? No. And no. Huh. Weird. We're out of jewels, huh? Strange thing to add to a meal. Hey! Sub with Twitch Prime. All the emotes forever.
Enemy elimination successful.
You rock. Thanks, Mel.
jump to conclusions before we even start to look around.
I didn't know it didn't renew. My bad. It's fine. I'm sick. That's up there. And I'm doing my Star Ocean streamo. How was the day? Other than being sick, not bad. We got pizza for dinner. I got a Slurpee. Everything sucks. Not impressed. Same. Being sick sucks. Like, mom is kind of sick. I'm sick. Noticeably sick. And, Cody's fine, all things considered. Kinda blows, not gonna lie. Kinda blows. Cody's fine. Meanwhile, my body is like, ha, breathing. You're not allowed to do that, nerd. Thanks, body. You suck. And, now I'm doing this and hoping to the wonderful gods of please, for the love of me, don't die midstream. That sounds disgusting.
My sister.
Did something come back to you, Aurelia? What's this about a sister?
And there's a dog laying on my bed by my feet because he's derpy.
I'd say one was just specifically
Maybe we can data mine the systems and consoles that works.
let me try.
So, all things are going
I wonder. Why isn't there
at all. They're going.
Wait a second.
Also, yeah, I watched Joker and
We got company.
I'm still kind of confused as why the guy they cast for Joker was Johnny Cash and Walk the Line. That's still weird to me. Do you play Path of Exile? I tried it for a little bit with Kiba, but that was also before my PS4 bricked, and I had to restart with things. Oh, did everybody die? Yeah, people died. Cash. Apparently people important died. Or too many people died. Or they killed the child. I don't know. Good thing I saved. Matt plays it. Matt would play it. Maybe we can nerd sometimes. Yeah, maybe. I got Damien. Nice. I actually had a really funny instance earlier. So, Mom, when we went to go get the pizza, Mom had to make a stop first at at Canadian Tire. And so we stopped there, and I kept like my thing was I am to go do my own thing while Mom goes to look like grab what she needs. And both times where I left to go and do my own thing, I just kind of was wandering around, and I just found her.
Maybe we can data mine the system. The consoles this works.
Like I just walked into her like, oh hey.
Wait a second.
It's kind of funny actually.
It's a trap. Get ready. We got company.
Honestly, I think we're gonna be in this fight for a little while. Oh, that's why I died.
Look into that one for extraction.
Man, sucks to suck. Alright, you need to use this on her. Here, have some medicine. The other thing that was kind of neat was, other than randomly being drawn to Mom because I don't know I'm a dog, my first thing was I went over to what turned out to be the hunting zone, and then the dog stuff. And that was my walk both times.
It's a trap after all. The building's gonna detonate after a silent countdown.
It was actually really funny.
Both the evidence and the opposition. Not bad.
Their encryption's top-notch, so disarming the system will take time.
The data?
I retrieved it. But there's not much time left until the detonation.
The security robots must be here to ensure
Yeah.
we don't get out.
I'm a dog who likes pointy things. It's weird.
They're jamming our signal.
I guess we'll have to leave on our own 2 feet.
Countdown in progress. T-minus 18 minutes.
I just want to get this box.
Get the hell out of here before we're blown.
Give me the box. Give me the box. Okay, thanks. Now, run away. Maybe get some healing in though. It does suck that I'm pretty sure, the timer keeps going even while I'm in combat, which kind of blows. Oh, Mel, something for you to look into. You watched Game of Thrones. You know the guy who wrote Game of Thrones, maybe? I don't know. By the way, that's a book series before it was a show. It's kind of neat. That writer is helping the company that makes Dark Souls make a game that is going to be using a lot of the same gameplay settings and stuff, as like the same gameplay style as Dark Souls. But it's gonna be his story, and it seems like something I don't think you would play it because it's gonna be difficult as shit, but like you might be interested to know what it is. Maybe when in doubt you'll watch me play it, because that just seems to be how this sibling partnership works. Back in the day, you would help me with those difficult spots on Spyro. Now I am the Lord of Cinder. Adorned with loneliness and all of the souls. It's great. I have a surprising lack of health. Yeah, I thought you'd be pretty interested to know that there's going to be a Game of Thrones Dark Souls game. And considering my squad and what we do with our lives, chances are I will be playing it on the channel when it happens. Which effectively means I will be playing it on both of my channels when it happens. I'll have to tell Matt. Yeah. I don't remember what it's called, but I know that there's a channel on YouTube called the Vadi Video, and he uploaded some videos about it. I think it was like the Lost Ring or something like that, and it's probably going to be awesome, maybe, I don't know. That guy seems to understand how world building works. He probably should, he's a writer. Meanwhile, I understand that that Baby Yoda thing is cute as hell, however. I haven't actually gotten to watch The Mandalorian, because that's Disney Plus, and I'm perpetually broke. Always broke forever, even if there's no reason to be. He's a great storyteller. Yeah, seems like a pretty swell fella. I say is, I'm pretty sure, like the first every episode of Game of Thrones involves him killing off like 90% of the cast or so. It's only the death of everyone you know and love. Could be worse. We literally just watched the newest episode while I was listening to you. It's good. I'm curious. I just don't have Disney Plus, so like, you know, I can't really watch Space Marines do Star Wars-y space stuff if I don't have access to Disney. And there was another thing, Crackle, that used to be a thing. Still is a thing, just not on PS4 if you're Canadian. So like, you could get it, and I can use it on my laptop, but like, can't use it on my PlayStation. I feel like you like it not because you like Star Wars, but because Baby Yoda. And maybe like a few other small things here and there, but mostly because that thing is small and cute.
Loud and clear. This is the Charles D. Gold.
Transport the 5 of us out of here before this explosion does it for us.
Right away, sis.
And then we were like, poof, it should be gone. It's a good story too. I mean, let's be fair though, like with the early Star Wars movies, if you can get past the whole rapey slug thing, they're pretty good. But Jabba the Hutt's a little uncomfortable for some people. You know, there's other things probably, but like he's definitely the fattest. Game of Thrones was pretty hype. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm actually kind of excited to see how the game's story goes. Because like, you keep telling me that it's just all of what I want. But I haven't started watching it yet because I'm lazy. So, since getting Disney Plus, I watched my first Star Wars movie. So I watched the first 6. No, I haven't watched Game of Thrones yet. Even though it's literally everything I want in life, no, I have yet to watch it because I'm lazy and I keep forgetting. Every time I go to watch something new, I'm like, I'm pretty sure there was something I was supposed to watch. Could not for the life of me tell you what it was, but I know it exists. And it was something incredibly violent, so there's that little tidbit. Sorry, your list matters. Not, I'm sending all the Game of Thrones seasons to you. I mean, I'm not as opposed to that as I should be. Like, that seems pretty nice too. Seems like something I'd be pretty interested in. To just watch all of Game of Thrones. And considering that I binge everything forever, because really, what else am I going to do with my day? I just binge watch like cartoons and stuff because this is my life. It's a good. We've watched them more than once. As you do. Violence is great. You gotta watch them. I will watch them. Oh, speaking of things to watch, so I ended up actually watching Ruby around the same time you did, I think. But I watched some of it before. Like, it wouldn't have been the first time I've started watching Ruby, but this time I actually got up to recent. So I'm at season 7, episode 5, because that's the most recent episode, and it's also set to being a Prime thing for the Rooster Teeth website. So I actually have to wait to watch that episode. But, like, I'm caught up to there, and like, man, it's good. It just, at a certain point, stops making any goddamn sense. And I'm pretty sure Sun is my spirit animal because it's Wukong. That is it. Wukong is my spirit monkey. And who doesn't like a good Monkey King?
This is now far beyond the realm of simply trying to reunite a young runaway girl.
When you go to type in Game of Thrones game, and the first thing you get is the first thing you type is BS by accident. I'm smart. Who are you to say I'm not? Elden Ring is what it's called. Elden Ring. It's a pretty sweet. I like Sun. It's a pretty sweet show. I like it. I like that his big Wukong stick does 3 things. It is also nunchucks and twin pistols. So, like, he can hit you with a stick, or he can spin around and blast you a bunch because reasons. And he can make weird light clones, which is kind of cool. Everything I could want in a character. The weapons are sweet. Yeah, they are. Like,
I have something I need to say.
there are some weapons that are definitely cooler than others. But, like, then there's Wukong, and you can't say no to Wukong. He is the Monkey King. He does Monkey King things. Though I feel like John's weapon, it, like, early on, kind of lame. Super lame. Later, not as lame. Still pretty lame, but not as bad. Though, yeah, I wish Sun Wukong in Smite got a Sun skin from Ruby. That would be great. That would be hella neat.
Stay here. Julia,
Promise you'll take care of her?
With all my heart.
Then I leave her in your charge.
I also like
Let's get you home.
Ruby's Crescent Rose because who doesn't want a scythe that is also a sniper rifle? Or Yang's gauntlet things that are gauntlets and also shotguns.
We're very grateful to have met the both of you.
we owe you a debt of gratitude.
Because sometimes
Just learn to technologies that are surpassing.
yet punching someone just isn't enough.
We will.
You need to punch them so hard that you explode.
Grab happiness by the horn.
Bye-bye, Julia. So long. Toodaloo.
Also, I'm pretty sure in the early seasons of Ruby, my favorite character is the dog. Because, of course, it's the dog. It's a corgi. it's a little corgi named Zwei. I can't say no to a little corgi at all. Doesn't matter what kind of corgi it is. It's small, it's fluffy. Looks like Henry, but not a dick. Henry is low-key just a cat, even when he's not.
I'm very sorry, but you're not allowed to leave.
Our sensors have detected abnormal energy disturbances.
The dog is a cat, even when he's a dog.
Activity, as opposed to a natural phenomenon. 87, 32%.
What do you make?
I'm guessing it's Chrono's cloaking technology.
Impulse engines to change our trajectory. Enable the shields as well. We're going on red alert.
Engine output reduced by half. Modifying course.
I also like that, in one of the earlier episodes of Ruby, the dog is also a projectile. Just, hey, here's the dog. Yeet the dog. Dog will destroy things. Just yeet the dog.
Enemy starboard.
Zwei is great.
Shields to 100%.
Starboard side hit. Shields operating at 7%. Loading of enemy torpedoes confirmed.
And enemy info on
Obviously, my Twitch stream name is very accurate.
Mark 45.
Doggos. Because why interact with people?
3 minutes to VK 5.
Why interact with humans when you can just befriend all of the dogs?
Receiving at course 360.
Another
Humans suck.
incoming. Following course 50, Mark 270.
Deploying avian tactics. Looks like someone in Kronos knows his way.
I also found a picture that on my Facebook feed. It was like it was a beware of dog sign. Underneath it was a homemade sign that said the cat's pretty shady too.
I guess all we can do is pray there don't have too much.
This is accurate. Cats are shady.
Load 4 proton torpedoes. Set the first to slow, put it on a course for the flagship's 8 torpedoes. Set the second one for slow as well and put it on the second round of torpedoes. Prepped and ready. Great. Fire rounds 1 and 2. Firing rounds 1 and 2.
The awkward thing is all of this weird space crap is happening,
3, 2,
and nothing will come of it.
0.
It is just space stuff.
Should be in. Their AI was that good.
5 seconds until contact. 3.
Everyone, brace for impact. Damage report.
We sustained damage from 2 torpedoes. Shields reduced to 57%. Warp drive is operational.
Go space stuff.
Torpedoes.
Yakagi evaded all torpedoes.
The Nimitz took one hit that reduced its
Space ducks where? Everywhere.
warp drive has stayed every day.
Oh, fun fact. Destiny 2 is actually free now,
Even if they're top of the line,
so you can control a space duck
they don't stand a snowball's chance in hell in this.
and
Transmission from the
not have to pay for the game.
Before we open communications, shut down our warp drive.
Captain, you can't be serious.
Do it now.
Aye, aye, sir. Initiating emergency warp drive shutdown. Shields at 5%.
Okay, now bring them up on screen.
This is Captain Aaron.
Wow.
Interstellar Army ship.
You know, I thought I remembered every character in this game, and then I seen that guy's face. And honestly, I was not expecting Wario.
Thanks for the concern.
I believe you know what we came here
The space ducks, obviously.
Captain,
But in return, I'd like a favor.
for. What's that?
The warp drives of this and another of our ships took a great deal of damage, enough to render interstellar navigation impossible. I ask you to please let us leave this sector on the one ship with a fully functional warp drive.
Run a scan.
The warp drives for their first and third ships are indeed down.
I'll permit the other ship's crews to go. I regret to inform you, however, yours will have to stay.
It's fine with me, but how should we handle the exchange?
Your crew will transport over to my ship, starting with you.
Then we'll start moving within transport range of your vessel.
Fret not, for we shall do the moving. All you need to do is lower your shields and wait until we are in range and contact you. Don't do anything funny or
Do everything funny.
We are approximately 0.34 AU away from the Daramolos, sir.
That's 10 minutes at quarter speed, or 5.5. The crew of the Nimitz is to board the Akagi at once, using any means necessary.
Yes, sir.
Once everyone's boarded, the Akagi is to warp out as soon as possible and head for remote Station 5.
What of the Charles D. Gold's crew?
We'll use escape pods and land on Fake Creek 5. Send someone later to pick us up.
All of these flashing lights.
Moving toward our vessel at quarter speed.
10 minutes, 47 seconds until we're within range.
Open a comm link to the whole ship.
Will do, sir. We're on.
Attention, all crew members. You will now begin boarding the nearest escape pod and prepare to abandon ship. Do not
Y'all gonna
eject
run.
the river until I give the command.
Captain,
Took you long enough. You should have realized his intention when he cut power to the warp drive.
This is our only option.
He's gonna ram them with his
Board
face,
an escape pod.
as he do.
Bring up the self-destruct sequence setting.
Access to the self-destruct sequence requires the authorization of at least 3 Federation officers. In addition,
Oh hey, Giba's online finally.
Emerson T. Kenny.
Took him long enough. Meanwhile, I'm
Captain.
already like, Dad, please.
Tickets are cloth of the Federation. Rank Lieutenant Commander.
authorized.
so let me get this straight. In addition to violating the Undeveloped Planet Preservation Pact, we're
Dog, have you obtained my phone? No? Yes? No?
It's our only choice.
Coda, where the hell did you put my phone? Yes, I know I'm talking to a dog. Fight me. There we go. The pillows had my phone. Yes, pillows plural.
Sequence code is Alpha.
Hi.
Quebec, Zulu 4915. Direct the blast this way.
Discord, but yeah. I've been streaming for like... Yeah. With a voice that sounds like I'm dying. And noises that also make me sound like I'm dying. Being sick, man. Sucks. Star Ocean. I figured... Integrity, well... I mean, the new one, it just came out, which is the first one, but not really. Oh right, Toddler. First Departure is the one that just came out, which is the first one.
Check 1. Cargo. First, synchronize the launch of the escape pods so it occurs right before we transport. Make sure one shuttle launches.
That's the only way I can tell which one was which. This
Also
first
need
is
you to
first
set
departure.
the launch
It has
both the
first
pod and the shuttle to 180 degrees from the ground.
which is weird because I'm pretty sure the third one is Till the End of Time. So it's 1, which is first thing, then second thing, then end of time.
Till the end of time is the final one. Or the second final one, because Integrity and Faithlessness came in after.
Kiba, you're going off of where it sticks in the plot, and that's going to make it a whole lot more confusing than it needs to be.
Well, after... I can't remember where Lost last went.
Okay, first departure.
One or after 2.
Oh, breathing.
Because of how, like, new they are in the
Oh.
space exploration, they go to say it's
There's first departure, second evolution, second story. Just Star Ocean. No extra title. Till the End of Time. Blue Sphere. Last Hope. Integrity and Faithlessness.
Not a single one of these
I
obstacles.
think it was a hack. Because it was never...
Have you watched V-Wars on Netflix? No, I have not yet watched V-Wars.
Leave everything to me, kiddo. I'll keep you safe.
It's a show on Netflix, and it seems pretty cool.
But I was like, is it food? It's like,
No, not food. Okay, also, Food Wars. Watch it. Do it.
is that that one where, like,
Foodgasms are a thing? Yes.
okay, with not...
Sometimes you just need to watch a grown woman not understand her palate until she eats something stupid. And then just, you know, make a mess everywhere. Welcome to making a mess.
Time to show us what you're made of and we program the Have it display coordinates
You're on purpose.
or a polo. Let's set the real ones for the set to show.
Maybe? I don't know. I mean, depends on your perspective, I guess. I also completely... Right. Yes, dicks everywhere. I mean, we were talking about Game of Thrones earlier, which is like that's pretty close. It's a meat toboggan. I also was explaining Elden Ring and the fact that that's going to be a thing because I know that Mel has actually seen Game of Thrones, and as much as apparently that is literally everything I want in life, but in live action, Game of Thrones is like Berserk, except for guts isn't a thing, and a lot more people have a much worse time.
I know. Sadly, we don't have sufficient energy to do that. I request permission to engage Warwick.
Fine, but don't even think of raising your shields. We won't.
I also forgot that one of the bad guys in this game was basically Wario, but with weirder hair.
Send us our test sites.
We'll be right over in a mere 20 seconds.
Cause like, but this is Integrity and Faithlessness, the newest one technically.
A lot of its designs came from Till the End of Time. If you hadn't noticed,
To be fair, I haven't played Till the End of Time for the channel yet, so like if people haven't seen or played it themselves, they may not know. I also forgot that Emerson's first name was Kenny. So technically, if he died, someone would be a bastard because they killed Kenny.
Alright, warp 1.1. Let's head to Fig 4.
Kiba, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen at least one episode of South Park. And Kenny dies basically every episode of South Park.
I'm not even sure if it's strong anymore. Anybody's on about.
Okay, to be fair, they had a new Fractured Butthole was released pretty recently.
Yeah, and nobody said a word about it.
Well, you're right, but like that was because it was it was one of those games that like flew under the radar, not because it was bad, just because people were still kind of like, why are there South Park games that are also RPGs? What do you people keep thinking that you're going to accomplish with this? And then when you play it, you're like, oh, this basically has nothing to do with the show. It's just kind of its own thing, but in the world of the show, some of the same characters in the show. And then there's Cartman. And then there's Cartman. And the Jew class. The Stick of Truth. It is, I think, statistically the best class. I'm pretty sure that statistically the best class in Stick of Truth is the Jew, but you know, you get to deal with Cartman if you pick Jew.
It's also one of those things where I'm pretty sure it and a bunch of other shows have gotten in trouble very recently with one thing or another.
Speaking of which,
They're attacking a culture, slandering some like top celebrities or something.
okay, in that case, South Park has never been out of trouble. That's basically all they do.
I know, but
It's literally how they became popular, is by making fun of people who are popular at the time. Do you remember the Fish Dicks episode?
because I only ever watched one episode of South Park that I can remember, and that's the fucking
Hey Kanye West, do you like fish sticks? Yeah, I like fish sticks. Then you must be a gay fish. What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, because he likes fish sticks. Anyway, speaking of adulty things, there's an anime called Demon Slayer, and apparently the company that dubs the episodes in English is Adult Swim.
Sustained a decent amount of damage from the overload. I doubt they'll be able to warp out of this sector.
Yes, but that's different. It does, and it's hilarious. They also have a dub on there of High School DxD. I know, because if you look up the show High School DxD, it will link you to that. And it's not like it's, oh, here's just random things here and there. It's like, here's the entirety of the show up to the most recent season, and also High School of the Dead, because reasons. Like, it makes sense because of what they are, but like, come on. When you return and your friend with a sword is like, so they can't use space lasers and guns anymore, so you kick their ass? Goddamn right I did.
I assume you want me to come along as a reinforcement.
I mugged them and took their money. And their lunch. And their lunch money. Which in this universe, you may very well need all three of those things to be separate. You never know.
Let's make for Eastern Tracur post haste. I'll give you the details on that.
Right, all of the chests in here that I haven't already opened are things that are locked behind keys that I don't have. Oh yeah! You're fighting the Grave Warden? And he's kicking your butt? He's touching your butt? I also realize the ability, there's first of all, there's more abilities that give you money than there are ones that give you SP, and also money at the point where you're using the abilities that give you money instead of experience. You don't need money. I am 19 in-game hours in after getting back to where I was with a little bit of extra stuff happening here and there, and I have 7 digits of cash. No, I have 8 digits of cash, and I don't need 90% of it. If I could make in-game money real money, I'd be rich, bitch. Even though I'm pretty sure that inflation would make it so that the money I have in Star Ocean is susceptible to change, becoming Canadian money. You never know how much the Monopoly dollar is worth, mate. Though, I feel like with enough Star Ocean money, it might not matter. However, it may also turn into one of those instances where, like, in, I think it was in Germany, after World War, I want to say, II, you could have, like, $1 million, and that would buy you 1 loaf of bread.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm lost. What else is new? It's just because I don't quite remember the way to Western Dracoff Tunnel. Light that bitch on fire. When in doubt, flame on. Forced you to strike again. We're here to take your throne. Kicks them literally in the dick. Why? Why'd you gotta kick me in the dick? You thought you could fight me. You thought you were people, so I told you you weren't, and then I immediately proceeded to kick you in your dick. That's just how it works. I feel like that could be used a lot in certain shows and games.
Yeah, probably.
Imagine how much of an emotional change Troy would have in Borderlands 3 if someone just kicked him in the dick out of nowhere. What? Kicking Troy in the dick? Well, what to say? I feel like kicking Troy in the dick would actually be, like, beneficial to a lot of people. There'd be several characters that just don't have to deal with some things that happen in that game because Troy got kicked in the dick and changed his mind. He's not the only problem, it's just he's the only problem you can kick in the dick. The other problem, you can't really kick it in the dick. I'm fairly certain that being a boy makes you have the D, not the V. However, it is also Gearbox, so like, literally anything is game. Literally anything is game, it's Gearbox. Yes, but spoilers.
Still, they're the main bad guys. Of course they're going to die.
No, you.
Hey, how are you gonna farm at the end of Borderlands 3? You can't, you die. What do you mean you die? Yeah, you fail.
What do you mean you fail?
Farming.
Have you met you?
Fuck off if you did.
Have you met you? Of course you failed. Well, shit. I also keep hearing Fiore's voice line of "now my clothes are all dirty." Fiore, one of her voice lines after a fight is "now my clothes are all dirty." Meanwhile, she's got a few squares of fabric, a hat, gloves, and what I can only assume counts as a miniskirt, I guess, and a tail. That's not really clothes. It's more just fabric attached to you. Huh? I'm not ready.
We're at the same point with the game.
That doesn't mean I'm not ready.
I mean, I'm not ready. That thing's still, I still don't know how to dodge going, try to dodge it, or like look it up versus watch someone when I'm in it. And then like, you can infinitely repeat the fight for Adult Zeta, but it's only phase 1 of Adult Zeta, so you never actually get to kill it.
I mean, that makes sense if it's anything like that other fight with the Goldie boy. You just keep doing the one thing over and over again to get the stuff.
Well, it's
Oh,
a
I found
practice
Western.
match. It doesn't actually give you any Adult Zeta stuff.
Once we're beyond Sword of You, we should head southwest to find the western
So you don't even know, like they know via data mining what the armor set will give,
But do they know how it'll look? Does it look spicy?
the male.
Oh. Yeah, but we both know that the male armor in that game is kind of really dumb. Kind of really dumb. Most of the armor for guys in Monster Hunter is just, hey, we're just gonna put steel and cover your entire body with it. We're gonna make it look like instead of having armor on, you've just become metal. Mostly because we don't want to try to figure out how you're gonna look within your armor. Alright, skeleton armor. Speaking of armor, skeleton armors. Hey, buddy. Nice snoring. Oh, neat. Ghost soul. Air slash. Okay, it's air slash for both. Mother fluffer. So what have you done today, Kiba? Gotcha.
As close to perfect as it gets.
I also realized when I was after like a while ago, I think I've realized why Riley chose to play as Mose. Well, it's also a question of how is he playing it? Because every time we ask him about Borderlands, he's like, it gives me this horrible headache. But he was like, you mentioned it, and then he was playing for a good while after that. Like, it's not like he just jumped on it for a few minutes and then was like, yeah, this is hell. I'm going to stop now.
Right, he's only attained like the maximum amount of cancer he's ever died super fast right now. He's fine though.
He's only obtained classifieds. He's fine. I feel like that in itself has has made this not okay for children. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure that my nephew would still be like, ah, my uncle is a dick. Good for him. My sister would agree. Wouldn't it be nice if my body liked me? Then I wouldn't cough up a lung every 5 minutes. I think. Man, the problem is I'm genuinely unsure. My body has hated me for so long that I'm not entirely sure how it would function if it didn't. My normalcy is my body being like, hey, you know what today is? What? The day that you hate your life. Ah. Today ends in Y. Nice. Today ends in Y in other news. Every time I meet someone who's shorter than me, I make it abundantly clear. Speaking of which, fun fact. Today, before we went to go get pizza, we had to stop at my mom's work because she had to pick some stuff up. And one of the people that works with my mom is like super short. And well, my mom only noticed this person because she was, I don't know, putting more bags on or some shit at the self-checkout thing. And my mom, like, almost jumped over to wave hi. And she's like, hey! And she, like, had a little hop too. And I just was like, I'm also here. And apparently to you people, I'm an ogre, so that's cool. Because, like, they were both like, this is difficult. And I'm like, yeah, not really. You're just both very tiny. And then when I went to go grab some soda because I'm running low, and my mom was like, yeah, let's grab some ginger ale because we're both dying, and you can grab whatever else you want because 2 for 1. And on my way back, they were like standing next to each other, and apparently this girl is 15. My mom is somewhere, I think, in her 50s. They're basically the same height. I am a foot taller than both. No, but it's still funny. It's still funny.
If I told you that every single person in the race before, or not the race, the age before us was super tiny.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I just...
like 4 feet midgets.
I know that, like, 30,000 years ago, you were lucky to see someone who was... I know, but, like, back in the day... back in... Well, and also made fun of in certain cases, depending on. Now, it's just, wow, you have dwarfism. Sucks to suck, nerd. But, like... There are just certain times where you feel terrible and you're like, you know what would make me feel better? Making you understand how incredibly short you are. And you know what? Sometimes it works. Other times it just makes you realize you're probably going to hell. And you know what? That's okay. Speaking of which, there was a thing that somebody did on my in my Facebook feed, and it was like, click this, and off of your name and a few things on your profile, we'll see a few small things about you. And it was like what age you're gonna die at, what your job's gonna be, when you're gonna get married, how many kids you're gonna have, stuff like that. and one of them was how many good deeds you're gonna do and how many bad deeds you're gonna do, and then whether you're gonna go to heaven or hell. And apparently, in the mind of this thing, I am a cancerous human being. I am pure shit because I had over 4,000 negative things that I have done. And I'm going to die by 91, but also somehow get married at 25 and have 2 kids. And I'm burning in hell. So I don't know if that makes me a really fun person to be around or a complete dick. I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, and I'm pretty sure most of those negative things are just picking on my sister for being short. I don't know. Probably. Which, considering that the next post below that was a picture of a library, and one of the it was like all of the bookshelves, and then there was a thing, and it was near the ceiling, and it was like a books for tall people. But it was like way up, so obviously it was made by someone who was like, it was like 5'3", maybe. And assumes that if you're tall, you are immediately like a goddamn ogre. You can reach any height. You're friggin' Mr. Fantastic. Except for you're a dick. Which isn't necessarily wrong. However, it's also making a lot of assumptions. I also just now realized on Star Ocean, people can't use magic when they're dead. Which sucks, because, I kind of need to make sure that the, tiniest Twiticus can make my people not so dead. Especially when she is the only useful white mage. Like, Fiore has healing magic, but like, it's not as good as Miki's healing magic because it's actually her job and kind of the one thing she's consistently good at. Oh, neat, a ruby. I don't know why I got a ruby from some dogs, but yay, a ruby. And a lot of metal, neat. And a random piece of coal, okay. That one's a little strange, but sure. Basically. Welcome to my life. Why?
Constantly as a certain other character, but none of them have been a Merv. I've gotten a cloning one at some point, but I've not gotten a Merv. I get the Merv, it's level 37.
So you finally got what you're looking for. Unfortunately, it sucks. It's helpful and consistent.
Gurney's only buster when it comes to being a Merv and being in certain characters' hands, like Moe's where grenades will crit.
That is pretty awesome. You can blow things up also. Alright, I guess I'm gonna do the quest I'm on currently, and then I'm going to, end it, because I'm actually running out of time in which my voice is viable. So, I am going to try, because, like, the quest I'm on now is like, hey, you got to the place, okay, now go right. It's not even that far. Yes, need to make sure I have all of those revival items. Because apparently I spam that shit like it's candy, because it basically is. Oh, well, that ended already.
All soldiers form up! Don't let the enemy use their gleaming sticks. If by chance you do, don't let them hit you. No matter what. Those weapons may be intimidating when wielded by a group, but they're nothing individually. Remember, we have chosen this plan precisely because it provides the main force a strategic advantage. Should we fail, all it will provide them is a swift death. Now go and do us proud! We shall now commence Operation Snake Eye.
Ah, the worst roll you can have on dice. Operation Snake Eyes. Operation We Suck at Dice Games. This is why no one plays Dungeon Dice Monsters. This is not why no one plays Dungeon Dice Monsters, but like, it still blows.
It's not that bad. I just didn't really give it enough.
You haven't played the Game Boy Advance game. It is that bad. The Game Boy Advance one was in fact that bad. Partially because it was so buggy. However, that's because it was for the Game Boy Advance, and like everything for that was buggy, so that's like saying, hey, I hate this I hate this cat because it's a cat, not I hate this cat because of reason.
I forgot what it was called. There was a card game I had that wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh! And it wasn't Pokemon.
The one Digimon card games. Chaotic? Chaotic? Duel Masters. By the way, that game was great for the PS2. Oh yeah, I know. There was if you played it on the mode where you can both players can play at the same time with no waiting between turns or anything, things would just get out of hand. Like, there were some instances where it would be smooth sailing, and then there were other instances where, like, you'd try to play a big monster while your opponent is trying to play a big monster, and it's like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just not gonna do anything. I owned this on my PS2, and it would do that. There are some versions on emulators that don't do it as much. Thing is, they still do it, because it's not based on what you're playing it on, it's because the game is broken, and it knows it's broken, and there's nothing it can do about it. It was great, it was really fun, especially if you did it on the crazy mode where anything can happen whenever, but like... that does not make it... That does not make it good. Like, I would... If I could do a run of it without it being really awkward... I remember selling my copy with my PS2. I generally just don't like selling my crap. Like, I have the Dead Space collection, all 3 games. Some are better than others, and I've wanted, I have tried to sell them, but no one cares, and some of them are really bad, so people really don't care. Like, if it was like, oh, I'm trying to sell like the early Uncharted games, people might be a little more inclined to send me mail being like, how much you selling them for? But it's Dead Space, and literally nobody cares. because it's Dead Space. If it was anything else, I might get a buyer, but Dead Space is not one of those things. So, like, I have all 3 games, and I don't want to play any of them, especially not 3, because that was a terrible, terrible purchase. Like, that was one of those games where the day it came out, if you didn't bring it back within the hour, it lost basically all value. Because it was very short, and it was very bad, and it had no real replay value. So it was like, you play it once, you beat it once, you never touch it again, and that is it. That is Dead Space 3. And the only thing linking it to the other Dead Space games was the characters. And by the characters, I mean Isaac Clarke, and that's basically it. Like, I think in 3 that happens, but like... As you do. I think so. I think so. But yeah, like, it was... Dead Space was not a very well received series in the first place. The first game was well received. The second game, still mostly okay. The third game kind of was an immediate bomb. First game was horror, second game was horror, third game was an FPS. Well, third person shooter, but still. The ending was in the game, but the original ending in the game was really, really, really bad. So they had to make another one and put that in the game later as an actual ending, and you had to buy it. And 2 had the wonder that is one of those, if you got the game used, you couldn't play a chunk of the game. Because it was one of those older PS3 games where there was online, but there was a code to get the online. And the only way you could get that code is by buying the game new. And like, no. So much as it would have been, like, as neat of an idea as it would be to go and do, like, if I gotta say for Christmas I got a new capture card, I could go back and do a retrospective of. I make sure that they know. No, I don't just say. No, I don't just say, hey, I need this. I send a link of, hey, I need something like this specifically. But, like, the big thing is... Okay, well, I'm sick because I think I got what my mom thinks I got what my mom had. Everyone at work is getting sick because it's winter, which is apparently get sick season, which is weird for me because I don't really get sick. Yeah, but colds are a thing that happens. Oh, also, it happened before you joined, like, quite a while before you joined. Mel subbed to us with Twitch Prime, as well as something else that I don't quite recognize. Said her sub shared rewards to 5 others in chat.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure when she did that, there weren't 5 people here.
Yeah, I think that's.
If my theory is
You
correct,
can buy
we
subs.
could analyze the various energy wave
Yeah, but it'll show up as they gifted X amount of subs.
Quad scanner's AI, which might detect some waves that Cronus' symbology-based equipment could not.
So it's just a big barrel of owl.
Would you be willing to impart the full extent of your signaturgical knowledge to this user's purpose? If you were just a nosy scholar, my only response would be 3 swift kicks to the shins. But for Relia's sake, I'll do it. Thank you so very much.
At the end of this.
I'm getting butterflies in my stomach just thinking
Because
about how much
raisins.
open up a new world to everyone. Get started on the recording process immediately. Afterwards, I'll set to analyzing all the information we obtain.
Alright, so once we get out of this cutscene, we're gonna go save and end it, because
Take an exceedingly long time.
my insides want to become my outsides, and that's bad.
So how much time do you think you'll need?
I assume 1 night will be sufficient. It would only be an instant if we had our ship.
There's no need to get
Yawning.
some sleep.
Alright. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. If you did and you're watching on Twitch, feel free to follow and sub if you haven't already. And if you can. And if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And check out the links in the description below to the Facebook, Patreon, and Discord and Twitch. You can support us on Twitch and on Patreon. Any amount of support is greatly appreciated. And with that, I hope everybody enjoyed. Good night, and good luck.